Hello, this is Ashi from Crafting with Ashi and welcome to this video. This is the little project we're making today. Isn't it cute? It's this little coffee cup that I've decorated, and inside you can see I've got some yummy chocolates I've just put there, and of course you could display it without the lid, but that just keeps everything together. So I really like it, so let me show you how I did it, as I said. So let me set that aside. Okay, so let's start off with our coffee cups. These are the mini coffee cups from Stampin' Up, and they come in a packet of 8 with the lids. So let's take one out, and we're going to also take out a lid. While we're at it, I'm going to put these back in here. You're going to have to order a few more of these for sure, because I just love what cute treat holders they make. So take that away. So that's our coffee cup and lid. Now I did sacrifice one coffee cup to make my template, and all I did for that was that I tore it off. So I tore the top and all the way down here and took it off the base, so that I just literally had this piece that curves around my coffee cup, and that's going to be my template. So I can't lose this, otherwise I'm in trouble. So let me show you the paper. The paper we're going to be using is this paper, and it's from the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper stack. And all we're going to do is lay down our template and then get a nice sharp pencil, and we're literally just going to draw around. So take your time doing this, don't rush it. Just be careful to keep your finger on the paper so it doesn't move, and also so that you don't go underneath your paper. Okay. So there we go. Don't know if you can really see that. Yeah, you can see that. So we can put our template away, get rid of our pencil, bring out our scissors, and we're just going to cut this out the good old-fashioned way. So hopefully I can see. For once today in Lincoln we are having beautiful bright sunshine. It's not warm, it's only going to be about 19 degrees, so not warm at all. Still, you know, be in long sleeve clothing outside, but it's gloriously sunny, and if I see the sun I can be happy. I don't mind if it's cold. I just like to be able to see the sun. It just makes me smile and feel so much happier about the day. I hate those days where it's just overcast and it doesn't rain, it doesn't do anything, it just looks grey and yucky all day. It's not for me. Okay, so there we've cut out our wrap. So now we're going to get ready to wrap it around, and we're just going to check that everything is okay by just giving it a little wrap around before we start. You can see it fits fine. So initially, the first time I made one like this, I actually used Tombow on all of it, and I really didn't like the way it looked. I think because the Tombow stuck so well, I struggled then to have any wiggle room to move it about, and I don't know, it just didn't work for me. So what I'm going to use rather is just a bit of tear and tape on either end, nothing more. And I'm just going to look for my bone folder. Where is it? Come here, bone folder. Here we are. And burnish the tape, because as I've said many times, double-sided tape is pressure adhesive, so if you burnish it, it'll stick better and it's much easier to get off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just past the seam at the back and line everything up, and then because I don't have any other tape, only other adhesive, I don't have to worry about things sticking and then getting stuck and I can't move them. So all I'm going to do is take off this piece here. Should have taken it off to start off with, but anyway, and go back. And if you can see any pencil lines, you can erase them before we start. It's really not a problem. And there you go. There's your little mug, nicely covered. So set that aside because we're going to start on the decoration now. And I think let's get the stamping out the way. So I'm going to bring in a piece here of Whisper White, and the stamp set we're going to be using is this one called Warm Hugs, and I'm going to use this one for you. Last time I used this one, Warm Hugs, and I'm going to use one of these little trees. Now I just wanted to point out all of these little stamps here. You've got some two-step stamping here with this, but also these little stamps that if you're into planners, these are perfect for your Christmas planner. Really, really cool. And I love my planner, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink because that's the green in the paper, and I'm just going to press down, take it up, lovely. And then I've got a little tree here, and sorry if I get my head in the camera, I just need to see what I'm doing. And then I've stamped the tree in the centre there. There are dies to cut all of this out, but I'm going to use a punch. And I'm going to use the 1.5 inch punch, and this is because I don't want the centre to be die cut out. Okay. And then I have a piece here somewhere of real red cardstock, and I'm just going to use the 2-inch punch to cut that out. And pieces just flown across the table. Okay. And then, since this is what I've got near me, I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow on the back of here. And I'm going to plonk this, whoopsie daisy, in the centre, just like that. And then set that aside. Now I will show you the dies that go with all of this. This is them, and you get a ton of dies in here. I'm going to be using this one here, as well as these two here, to do my wrap. Okay. You can see you've got here dies to cut all those little bits that I told you about, and you've got these as well that you can use to create all sorts of different wraps around your coffee mug. This die here is the one you would normally use to cut this out, because it also cuts out the centre, so you have a little hole in the centre, but I didn't want that this time. So I am going to cut out our wraps from this paper here, which is from the 'Tis the Season, and I'm going to use these two. I just need two to cut that out. And then I have here some scraps of real red, and I'm going to use this decorative piece, and I'm going to cut it out 3 times. So I'll put that all through the die cutting machine, and I'll be back. Okay, so everything's cut out now, so we can start to assemble. What I'm going to do is put just a little bit of tear and tape on these tabs here. Whoops. And there. And then we're going to just join these tabs together to make our wrap. So I'm just going to try and get things lined up as best as possible. Like that. And then I'm going to take off the last tab. We'll take off the tear and tape anyway, if I can get it off. It's been difficult today. And then you're just going to line up here as well. And you'll see it will just fit like that around your piece. Now I'm going to add my little trim, and for this I'm going to use some Tombow because it's good for these small little things. and I'm just going to lay it on the top here and just line it up and hold it down. Okay, and I'm going to get my next piece and do the same. And you can either put it just next door, or I actually try to overlap them a little bit. So you're just gonna hold it in place. Because it's wet glue, you just need to give it a few seconds to set. So just hold it there like that, and then we've got our last piece here, and all I'm going to do is just measure how much I need, which is still there, roughly speaking, which is where I'm going to chop it with my scissors. Get rid of that, and then all I'm going to do for this one again is a little bit of glue, lift it up, try not to I was about to say drop it or get my fingers in the glue, and of course I do exactly that. Typical, isn't it? And then we're just going to try and line things up as best as we can, like that. So there we have our little trim, okay, around the top, which I love. Okay, so this goes up, and there you go. So now I'm going to show you, I used one of these cellophane bags because I didn't have the ones I wanted to use, which were I thought I bought them, but if I can find them, not a hope in hell. I'm sure you all have days like this where you just know you've got something and you just can't find it, not for all the tea in Christendom. Let me show you what I would use. It's these ones here, these spotted, which almost looks like snowflakes, printed gusseted cellophane bags. I'd have used those, and I would have put my sweets in those, and then I tied it off using this, which is the Real Red braided linen thread. So I'll show you from this one what I did have. So you can see here I've got the braided linen thread with my little sweets inside, so we can put that in on there, and then put our lid on, and then we can get back our sentiment here. And I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals right in the center, and then you can choose where you want. I think I'm going to have it so the seam is to the back. Put my lid on properly, and then all I'm going to do is take my sentiment now, and I haven't got my lid on properly. I'm never good at putting these lids on of things like this, and also I don't want to wiggle the camera too much, because I know if I push hard it's going to wiggle the camera. So we're just going to put our sentiment on like that. Okay, and then we're going to take this, which is our Mossy Meadow diagonal striped ribbon, and we're going to try and tie a bow. This ribbon is quite forgiving, so that's always good for someone like me who can struggle with the bow. But there we are. We've managed it this time. Cut that off, get rid of that, get rid of all these bits that are annoying me on my desk. I like a nice clean desk. And then I'm going to bring in here my glue dots, and come on, it's not wanting to stick today. There we go, that's it. And then we're just going to put our little bow there on top, and there we go. those are our 2 little treat holders. I've not put the lid back on properly there either. Those are little treat holders. Aren't they cute? Now I wanted to show you one final thing. We have these little carriers, and you can decorate them obviously. I haven't, but I plan to in a future video. And all you're going to do is fold it out to make your little carrier. And you can see here you've got the fold lines on the carrier. And then you're just going to fold in your insides, fold in your base, tuck it in. So there's your little carrier. Well, I did have it there. There we go. I'm not having much, I'm rushing, and that's why I'm not having a lot of success. There we go. And then you can put your little coffees in that. Isn't that just darling? It's so cute. I love it. I really do. I think it's just so cute. But you can obviously decorate this, and we're going to be doing that in a future video, so watch out for that. So there you go. So that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed the project. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want any more information about this project, supply list, links to my online shop, it'll be in the description box below, along with all my social media links. So thank you once again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!